Eskrima. It's the native fighting style of the Philippines. Using sticks, knives, and hand-to-hand combat, Eskrima is a bloody art with a long and violent history.
Now, we're going to immerse ourselves in the jungles, train in the gritty urban gyms, and take on water buffaloes in a rice paddy to learn the brutal secrets of this fighting art. Then, one of us is going to put them to the test against a full-fledged Eskrima master.
There are hundreds of distinct fighting styles in the world. They are practiced in every nation and by every people. Now, Jason Chambers, a mixed martial artist and professional fighter, and Bill Duff, a former pro football player and wrestler, are embarked on a mission to explore the history and techniques of these incredible martial arts. And at the end of each journey, one of these two warriors will face the ultimate test. They'll try to survive a real fight with a true human weapon.
This is the indigenous fighting style of the Philippines, Eskrima. Eskrima is one of the most complex and dangerous martial arts in the world. And its homeland is the island nation of the Philippines.
Stretching from Indonesia in the south to Taiwan in the north, the more than 7,000 islands of the Philippines practice many different forms and styles of Eskrima. But Eskrima's heart is here in Cebu City.
Is this real?
I think it's a demonstration.
It's a hell of a demonstration.
Yeah. This could become real very quickly.
Yeah.
That was definitely real.
That was real. Right on the back of his head. Even so-called demonstrations can draw blood and a crowd. Like this one in the Carbone Market District of Cebu City.
These guys have cuts, bruises, banged up. I mean, this can't be fun getting thrown on cement when it's muddy and hot and it's blistering and sweaty and smelly in this place.
When they throw down, they want the crowd's reaction, they want blood.
Watching from the sidelines was Gerald Cañete, the youngest in a long line of Eskrima masters of the 12 Paras system. Gerald's on hand to make sure this demonstration doesn't escalate into a real bloodbath.
Hey, it's bleeding all over the place, man.
Hey, are these your guys?
Yeah, these are my guys.
Okay.
He had a challenge for us.
If you guys train hard enough and you get good enough, well, I got a fighter for you to fight.
The Escrimador we'd fight was Percival Pobleo, a national champion. He'd give us the ultimate Eskrima test.
Eskrima is believed to have evolved in the Philippines from Chinese, Indonesian, and Malaysian martial art forms brought to the area by traders during the 2nd century. As local warriors interacted and fought with these other cultures, they incorporated various fighting styles into their own systems.
By the time the Spanish explorer Ferdinand Magellan and his conquistadors arrived in Cebu in 1521, Filipino warriors trained in this hybrid fighting style were there to greet him. Just 6 days after his arrival, Ferdinand Magellan was dead on the shores of nearby Mactan Island.
Variations of Eskrima were used against Muslim raiders and Spanish conquistadors. It has also been used in intertribal and gang fights throughout the Philippines, where each group fought with its own version of Eskrima.
It wasn't until the 1930s that a unified system of Eskrima began to emerge. On the island of Cebu, the 12 greatest masters decided to join forces and formalize their fighting styles. They called themselves 12 Paras, which means 12 pairs.
They helped turn Eskrima from a fighting art to a sport. And today, as many as 200,000 Filipinos train and compete in Eskrima. Sport matches, where both contestants are heavily padded, are held throughout the islands, and often won by competitors from the 12 Paris school, which is where we began our training.
It's really, really cool to think that these guys are training with sticks and daggers and knives, and I mean, this is probably as primeval as it gets.
You name a way to kick somebody's ass, and these guys have come up with it. 1, 2.
In Eskrima, each strike is designed to be used 3 different ways. Empty-handed, with a knife, or with a stick called a baston. The sticks here are just an extension of your hands. It's the same principles that you're using no matter how you're using your body, with or without a stick. Other martial arts, the stick techniques are strictly used with a stick. So you're really training for an hour, but you drop a stick and you don't have that technique. With Eskrima, you still have the same angles and the same attacks. The only difference is now you have a stick in your hands, so I can hit you from a lot farther.
Our training sticks are made from a light, fibrous wood called rattan. For centuries, rattan staves, or canes, have been used as a form of punishment in Southeast Asia.
I've had some Eskrima training. It combines striking and grappling. But what makes it so tough is the stick work.
That last hit, is that going for the foot?
No. This is only hit by the your skull. Continue to
Follow through. So they're slapping the mat because they're following through their hit, like a baseball player. Instead of hitting a ball, they're hitting a skull. It's pretty wicked.
Get it?
I think so.
You think you got it. That's I think
It looks easy at home. Believe me, it's not. It's like learning a cheerleading routine with weapons.
What high school did you go to?
Once we started getting the hang of these basic stick strikes,
This is how you block number 1. Okay?
we moved on to a system of defensive checks and counterattacks.
You strike.
The idea is to keep your opponent's attacking arm in check.
If I apply my punch, that's my punch. When you strike there. Okay?
While at the same time
When you strike,
opening up his core for a counterpunch
there, break,
A lock.
break,
or a takedown, like this one.
block.
It's called
here.
labai.
Basically, I just twist this here, and he just throw. He just.
That's cool.
To properly execute the labai, an Escrimador checks his man, then locks his opponent's left elbow over his right arm, using his own momentum and the thrust of his legs to slam the opponent to the ground.
So this is a block, joint lock, and a throw, all in one?
That's a trifecta. I like that.
Labai works on a concept called the couple. Basically, it's 2 levers linked at a single fulcrum, the elbow lock. And it doubles the foot-pounds of torque you can generate when compared to a single arm lock. There's more than enough force to flip an opponent to the mat or dislocate his elbow.
Phil, which hand do I use to block it first, left or the right?
Left.
Okay.
So you go for the left. Just check it.
And then here?
Yeah. Turn him. Good. There. That's it.
Okay. Who's dumping down?